Okay, so I wanted to drop in and do a couple boss fights while I'm here. Before I go any further into the game. I'm about halfway through Act 2 at the moment. This is the first fight. He can be a little deadly. Yeah, he'll never burst you down, like he'll never do half your health in one shot, but he attacks very quickly and he always does a lot of damage. He'll always do, 20% of your health, but he can do that very quickly. Like he'll hit you with the fire and then he'll slap you with that chain. And if you're not careful for it, if you don't have the good resistances and enough health, he can kill you. He's more dangerous than he seems to be. Hey, those are pretty nice. Now before I get to the next fight, there's a few items I want to swap over. I saved all the gear and relics and all that just so I could show it off. I'd rather do it and show you than just have it all done, just so it gives you a better idea of what's happening. Okay, what did I just pick up? This I just found. It's interesting. I'll look at you in a second. Sell you. And I don't think I'm going to end up using them, but I'll clear them out for now. I'm just keeping those in the ground for the time being. Okay, you can go away. So, for all the items I've picked up, first was this, which is really cool. It gives you energy shield. I believe I found it in this act not too long ago, which we have here. Use it because it's a 25% damage absorption for lightning and cold. But what that means is, even though these are in the negatives, you'll take 130% more than usual, but then that entire damage will be cut by 25% afterwards, which is 25% of the total damage. It's not adding resistance here. So if you take 1,000 damage, that would drop it down to 750, which is pretty strong because your resistances are so low. It also pairs well with this one I found. I believe I've showed this off already, but it does the same thing, just for fire resistance. Okay, and I found this one here. I've been using this for farming a lot. It's another active ability. Gives you battle standard. It's very strong. It's a 12% damage absorption, bundle of skills. Really cool. Really good for bossing. And I found this too, which is really cool, but it made me a little upset, because I put so much time into getting this thing, just to have this drop randomly. It's amazing though. I'm definitely going to swap out for this. It's a 60%, that's huge. And we got our Stonebinders, the +2 rod with health, which is awesome. Some of the best stat you can get for this character. And these are just upgrades. This one here, we lose out on the strength, but we gain 12% health, flat health, and pierce resistance. It's also more armor too. We got this shield here, which is, I think, yep, just an upgrade all around. Better shield stats, even comes with a bit of dexterity. And this one here, it's the same thing. Better stats, dexterity, really cool. That extra 40 dex will be pretty big. This I found not too long ago. It's pretty good. Comes with those nice secondary resistances here. I should pop this back on. Yeah, it'll help out these. Not stun res, because we already have so much of that, but the slowdown is probably the one I like the most, but it all helps. I'm willing to give up the movement speed on this too. I think it's worth it more. And this one here, again, more dexterity. Really good. Lose a little bit of health, but that's nothing to worry about. And here's all of the relics that I've put together. This one here is just a bonus one. I happened to complete it by accident at rod with health, so depending on how much vitality resistance we end up with, we may be able to use this instead. This one here, I think I kept that because, yes, here, I want to upgrade those two. And this one for the shield as well. The only problem with using this shield is it doesn't have the Tinkerer on it, which means we lose out on that rigid carapace. It's not the biggest loss in the world. 28% pierce res is nice, but we do pick up a bit here, so it averages out, kind of. Alright, so let's do the helmet first, I guess. That's 1200 health, more Vite res, really good. And I think, there are two other items I found too. This one, I think I dropped this off Nessus, the centaur. I farmed Nessus and the spider in Act 1 for probably 5 hours in total. Maybe more. Yeah, probably more. 8 hours. I was trying to get... that's not the right letter. This wants to load. This Rings of the Rand shield. I really wanted it. It has a chance to drop from... I did farm the boar too a little bit. The boar... where are we? Yeah, the spider and Nessus. And I wanted the sword to go with it too. And they all drop from the same. Couldn't get it, sadly. But I got this, which is pretty good. Attack speed, defensive, offensive, chance of stun, which because it's a mace, works nicely with this, with a club or an axe. So it means you get a lot of use out of the stun here and here. It's pretty good. You get a lot of downtime on enemy attacks, which is nice. And I found this too, which is pretty great. Health, stun res, reduced armor, which is nice because it pairs with this, which reduces resistances. It makes enemies die very quickly when they both proc together. And the bleeding damage is pretty good too. And that chance of pierce damage, even though the pierce ratio isn't very high, we have a lot of dexterity, which means you get a fair bit out of it. And the bleeding damage too, which comes from dexterity. We buff the 600 bleeding up pretty nicely. So I've been using this. I swapped out the second one here. I think I'll go ahead and do this one now. Yeah. Iron Rose. Awesome. And because we got that +1 to skills, now this will give us a little bit more vitality resistance too. So we're already at 73%, which is crazy. Like, that's too much. We might even be able to drop the Aegis here, if we can come up with something else to stick in there. And I'll definitely be using this for sure. So I think I'll probably just go ahead and put it on this one. It's 14.8. 15.3. Yep, that's pretty good. Did I do something wrong? No. Okay. This one, what did you have? Almond Rose. That's pretty nice. That's a nice item, that one. Very good. Alright, what else we got? What didn't I upgrade? Why do I have an extra one? Embodiment, embodiment, embodiment. Did I make... I got one too many. Oh no, I'm being an idiot. Ignore me. Alrighty, and I've got these two, which I wanted to put into this. So that'll be those two. This one, upgrade here, we'll still have the +1, and it's just a little bit more offensive and defensive ability. It wasn't hard to farm, so I figured I'd run it. And this defensive ability will lose a little bit of health, but the increased base health, the 120, makes up for it compared to the 45 on this one. Okay. $18.55, pretty good. Yep, quite nice. Defensive ability's looking pretty good now, 600. It's good for epic. I'd like to get to up to around 1,000 by legendary, depending on what items we get. Okay, the shield and the ring. So I think it's... yeah, this is the weaker ring. I don't even need to pull it out. So 78. And really, we don't need any more vitality resistance than that. I do like having it at 80, but it really doesn't matter. So yeah, upgrade this one now. So what does this drop us down to? 61. What's that, 33? We're still overshooting it by quite a bit. So if I was to... let's take this one off, 33, that'll get us to 69%. I'm not too sure what I want to do here. I think I will use this for now. We do have this one left over. We don't need the extra Vite Res, so I will do this. Energy, it's garbage. What about you? Bleeding resistance, ugh. So overshooting it by 11%, quite a bit. I don't know, I'm happy with it for now, but I will like to refine the gear a little more to get myself to sit right at 80% if I can. Especially with this. This is ridiculously overkill, I think. 25. Yeah, a little bit. Not as much as I thought. But still. This one here, maybe we can replace this soon. What I'm really hoping for is when I spend the Electrum at the start of Legendary, I'd like to get one of these that gives 100% vitality resistance. I'll show a couple of them off. This one here, Anubis Judgment, gives you 100%, 750 health, total speed, less damage from undead. It's pretty good. And this is a summon skill, gives you a couple of skeleton mages to fight for you. They're okay. It's these stats here that are really good. There's also the apples. This is one I would prefer to this one. You get the same 100%. You get a bunch of regen. It doesn't really matter too much. It's okay. But you get this rejuvenation skill. Basically, when your health drops below... I can't remember the percentage exactly. It might be 20%. I think it's somewhere around there. But it'll instantly give you 10,000 health, which can save your life. The only problem with these skills, though, is they don't always happen. It's a chance for the proc to happen. It kind of annoys me. I don't like that about this game, but it's still pretty good. So I'd like to get one of those too, and there's a chance we'll get it from this. It's happened to me more than once when doing the same kind of character. So what were you? Slow resistance. What is our slow resistance at? It wouldn't be a bad idea. Get that little bit extra. It's about 12%. I think I'd prefer to keep the other resistances. What are we actually getting out of it? Sleep. Freeze. Yeah. And trap. Yeah, no, I think I'll stick with this one. The trap resistance is pretty good, I think. Sleep, stun, resistant trapment. Yeah. So these are... I'll keep these all in the stash for now, just in case I want to fiddle around with the vitality resistance a bit more. But yeah, I think that's it. We should be good to go and fight the next boss. Character's looking quite a bit different now. It was nice to get rid of the skirt. I think our health's gone up about 3,000, 3 and a bit. As you can see, I've been piecing together a fair few epics and legendaries. Plus I've got a lot more stored elsewhere too. What were you like? You're kinda nice. Not for this character. But I was using this for a while too. The total speed was nice while running for farming. Nothing else too much to show off really. This is a pretty cool weapon. It's pretty strong. The reduced armor is nice. It's just very, very slow though. Like even compared to a mace, like you drop down to 78%. It's unusably slow. And I found this as well. 500 health, armor protection, pretty good. You could probably justify it over this. Yeah, it's a tough choice, but I prefer the health. This one does have a lot better block chance though, which is quite nice. It's a hard one actually. I'll stick with this for now. Just about to level up too. Okay, and we got the extra stat points for that quest too, so we have 4 now. I'm gonna put all of them, yeah, I'll put them all here. Alright, you're maxed out, you're maxed out, you're maxed, what's up? 35%. I could probably pump this up. I would like to get these two. It's a useful skill. I like it. The total speed is nice for travelling. Reflect damage, pretty good. Elemental resistance is nice for bossing. The heal isn't great. The armor it gives you is nice. Once you get it up to 16 out of 12, the heal can be okay. You get around a third of your life back, which isn't bad. I should probably start using this too. Not yet though, I don't think I need it at the moment. I'll put another point here just for some more damage, I think. Okay, and the boss. Now it's for the Manticore. And Phaeum. This is as far as I got, quest-wise. I didn't want to take on the Manticore without applying all the new gear. Now, oh, there's a boss. I'll kill you too. Yeah, I'm being a little careless with this fight now. If you're playing this, you shouldn't be like me. I've got my Colossus, but as you can see, I don't have any scrolls on me at the moment. Playing it a little dangerously, but I've done this fight enough times that I feel safe enough with it. As you can see, the movement speed from Perfect Block is pretty nice. Once you get a few points into it, it's a good time saving skill. And here we go. While I'm here, I might as well display his attacks for you. That is the most dangerous attack. It just looks like a normal bite, but it does a ridiculous amount of damage. If it hit me, I would probably die. You could maybe stop it with Perfect Block, but apart from that, it would most likely kill my character. That's a regular attack. That's nothing to worry about. They hurt a little bit. They do poison damage, I think. It's not that bad though. That's not the bite. He'll do like a little leap. That one. That's the one. When you fight this thing, that's what will kill you, regardless of character. I'm not sure the damage type. It might be bleeding, I think. It probably is bleeding, yeah. It's not a hard fight. As you can see, his attacks are very easy to dodge. You can see them coming. They don't have big hitboxes. Yeah. This is just the epic version. The legendary run is a little bit harder to, just by nature of him having more health. Makes the fight take longer. And you can farm this guy if you want. You can drop some pretty good stuff. As you can see with this thing here, the damage is pretty good. I'm using it defensively, but damage-wise it holds up too. Yeah, that's about it for upgrades at the moment. I've done everything I needed to do. And also, you can reduce the Manticore's damage with this and this if you happen to roll the correct bonus. He's a magical enemy, not a beast as you would probably think. Alright, just dropping in for a quick boss fight. This one's very easy. Let's clear out this quest here. Yeah, if anything, the enemies on the way to the boss fight are more difficult. The skeletons outside, these guys are more dangerous. There's a few mages sometimes. Guess we got lucky this time. But yeah, this is the Dragon Lich. He's undead, which means we can use these two, which will give us 55% reduction, and I've got this ring too, which is another 15. I don't need them though. This boss is so easy that they're unnecessary. Once you know how his attacks work, he's probably the easiest boss in the game. His hitboxes can get a little weird, so sometimes you'll take a hit even though it looks like you shouldn't. But it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, and here he is, as I said, undead. A lot of his attacks are he'll turn to face you and then cast an attack. Like he'll spit something at you, or he'll flap his wings. It's easy. His physical attacks, they're nothing to worry about. Even on legendary, he's not hard. I'll show off the attacks. That'll freeze you. It's not much. It's just a physical attack. That one is the one you probably have to watch out for the most. I think it does bleeding, maybe physical. And that's poison too. That'll do a little bit to you. But this is all he does. And as you can see, the attacks are super easy to dodge. If you just run around him like this, he'll never hit you. Except with physical hits like that. Yeah, he's probably the easiest boss in the game. Yeah, not a problem at all. He's exactly as easy in Legendary, he just takes longer to kill. He never drops anything good for me either. Yeah, that's about it really. I can't show you where the fight is, but it's just outside this town here. Once you leave, it's the first quest. This general asks you to find his gear in a cave, and it's just after that. It's not hard. Okay, there we go. That was epic. That fight was a little closer than I'd have liked. He's doing a lot of damage. Nothing really to explain. I didn't find much since I last dropped in. This, which is pretty cool. I think I dropped it off the bust chest from the female fire giant. It's really strong. It's so good I'm actually tempted to use it. The strength we'll get just from either gear swaps or from some quests later on. But it's very strong. The fire resistance alone is like almost 100%. It's crazy. But bit of vitality resistance, which will match any relic we put in. Under all skills. Very strong. And I found this too, which is one of those 100% vitality resistance. It's probably the worst one. It's my least favourite. The energy leech is garbage. The skill is okay. It's usable for this build. But it doesn't offer a lot. There's other ones I'd prefer. I'm really hoping to get one soon, actually. And speaking of, it's finally time to go spend that Electrum we've been saving. Or we could crash too. I suppose that works. Why not? I hope I don't have to do that fight again. It was close enough the first time. I don't know, I'm sure I can pull it off. Hey, look at that. It worked. How's the damage looking? 34%. That's okay, actually. We'll get that up soon, but 34% is plenty for right now. Hello. And we've got just under 2.1 million. I don't know how many exactly that'll work out to be. 5, maybe 6. And here we go. Oh god, please give me something good. It's just going to be intelligence gear, I can tell. And so the ones I want to spend it on, this one here, that gives you a lot of Ragnarok stuff, and a mix between these two. I don't actually know which one is better. Look at the Chinese items beat out the Egyptian. Not sure. I think I'll go mostly this one though. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're off by just a tiny bit. I should go farm another 7,000. Or do we give Atlantis a go? Atlantis would be garbage. Never be anything good. I think I'll hold off, come back and do one more of these. But for now, please give me something good. What I want from this, ideally, would be a really good weapon. Something with, 250 to 350 base damage on it. And a better one of these. That's all I really need. Anything else is just a bonus. Alright. Oh, look at that sword. Holy shit. I can see it. Alright. That's pretty cool. So is that. Holy crap. That's nice. Garbage. Oh, yeah, from earlier. Potion. Hang on to that, I guess. These boots, they're pretty good. Not that we'll be able to use them, but Yeah, they're pretty strong. That's a pretty good ring. Nice stats to it. A couple of these. Okay, physical resist, physical damage, cold res. Ugh. Not for us, sadly. Physical pierce, dogs. Yeah, that's pretty nice. We won't be using it. One level off this. Huge damage. Like it's got the 178 flat damage, and then you've got 194 elemental. It's huge. Recharge. Wonder Rune. I'm sure I'll be using that for sure. I could swap either. And have you noticed that this thing is still keeping up? I think you can understand now why I was so excited to find this early on. It is ridiculous how much use you can get out of these things. They're honestly probably a little too good for how quickly you can find them. Yeah, I think keeping this one would be better, because the reduced resistances will work nicely with all of the flat damage and elemental damage that this thing gives. It would probably beat this out. Like the bleeding damage is nice on that, so is the reduction and the convert. But, lovely item, this one. I'm using that. This thing. Still a while away, and a fair bit of dexterity too, but we could rush it if we wanted. Total damage, life leech, chance of damage. 21% converted to health is pretty strong. And 500 health too. I'm really considering this. That's quite nice. But here's the item I was so excited about. This thing is so rare. I think I've only ever found one before in my entire time playing this game. It's not the greatest weapon in the game. It's good, sure, but I just love the look of it. It's so cool. Physical damage, big burn damage, 100 fire damage. The 24% reduced resistances is crazy. Ignite throws, garbage. It's just flavour. It gives you a cool skill to cast. It's kind of fun. That's about it, really. Yeah, that's pretty strong. We have the stats for it already. Like if you look at the strength and dex, that's easy. 63 though, that won't be too hard to grind. We'll probably pick up enough experience for that in between farming for Stonebinders and all of the Amun-Ras and Ankavisis. That's awesome. We got 3 good weapons out of it. This is all kind of useless though, this garbage. Nothing to be able to use. This is nice, this. That's offensive ability. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, pretty good. I'll take it, goes up to 600. You could bump that up with a... You'd probably put attack speed in it. How much does it have at the moment? 114, yeah, you'd want more attack speed than that. Still, that's very strong. If I didn't get these two, sorry, I'd probably use this. It's that good. Huge damage. Yeah, it's a 52% physical damage increase. Crazy. And even this is alright. Bunch of flat elemental damage. Dodge and avoid. That's very strong. Alright. I should probably pick this up to sell it. And I'll pop back in once I pick up another 6,000. I'll probably go back and farm the golden boar in epic difficulty. That's an easy fight. This thing alone is enough to kill it. It makes it pretty easy. You can just stand there and be invincible and wait for it to die. Yeah, super happy with that. There are sometimes I've had this thing absolutely just vomit legendary items at you. Just tons of them. I had like 10 to 15 items, just it piles up the whole screen, just purple. Other times I'll do it, I've done like 3 or 4 at once and I've got literally nothing from it. You get like 1 green item. It's so disappointing when that happens. But no, got pretty lucky. This thing just blew me away. And honestly, even using this is still a good idea, because with that, you get the use of this stun duration and stun chance. So it's even better than it looks this time. That's a tough one, actually. I will end up using these, but that's comparable to these, for sure. Okay, I did a few runs of the Golden Boar, maybe 2 or 3 in total. I found this, which is fantastic. If you have a look at it, reduced damage, which is insane, and the 60 reduced resistances, which means I can finally replace this. And this was a 30% chance of 35. This one, on the other hand, is a flat 60 every hit. It's unreal, this thing. It'll combine very well with the other throwing weapon we just got. Now I have enough for 1 more orb. I'll go and do that, but I'm also just about to level up too. Oh, so close. Okay, there we go. Now I'll hold on to the points for now, because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. These though, probably get the block chance up a bit more. Yeah. I do want to raise these as well. But 1 here and 1 in each of those, and this will go up a little bit more too once we get the legendary stone binders. I'm going to get another orb from Ragnarok, I think. Ideally, out of this one, I would love a shield, something really good. If I could get one. Something like, I'll look it up in a second. There's a grey shield from Ragnarok, I think it's called Scold? I might be wrong about that. Okay, that's a staff. So what do we get? That's a pretty cool staff, that one. 1,000 energy. Tier thing. I've used this before. It's quite nice. Recharge your skills. Mystic Projectile's actually alright. Has a lot of effects on it. Elemental Res, and the 20% chance of 87% damage. You can basically treat that as you would like critical hit chance in other video games. It does the same sort of effect. It's a good sword, quite nice. I just realised I've kept those on. And the Giant's Tooth. I actually wanted a second one of these. I've had one for ages, but I've always wanted to do a dual wield build with them. Chance of resistances, fumble, impaired aim, reduction, huge strength, 34%. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nothing too exciting though, unfortunately. No shield. I'm sure I'll pick up a shield later on. We'll find something. But for now, let's see if I can work out what gear I plan to use going forward. Okay, so I'll be using this, definitely. This is unreal. It's so strong. Such a good item, this one. It feels kind of bad to not be using it. I've been using it through the whole game, but this thing's fun. Alright, so we did hit level 59, so we can throw this one in too. Now, these two are going to stack together so well. There's this thing here with the 60 reduced resistances. Will stack really well with all the damage this thing gives you. It's huge. Because we're using this thing here, elemental damage, intelligence, total damage. You get a bunch of elemental damage here, another 60. And if you watch here, we only have 140, which is nothing. But I think it should get us over 200 probably. And if you have a look, our damage would jump up heaps too. Okay, I just paused it. Yeah, so over 200, so that's a big jump of intelligence. And our damage went up by 750. And that's not taking into account the fact that this reduces their resistances too, which makes them take more damage than this shows off. It's very, very strong. And the reduced damage is just going to keep us alive too. It's fantastic. Total speed is nice. The weapon damage becomes elemental. It can depend on your build whether or not that's a good thing. In this one, it's okay. It doesn't impact us too much. Gives us a bit of recharge. How much do we have? Is it just the 17? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we could use this. It's a perfectly viable item. You could clear all of legendary difficulty with it. And I believe this would have come from a Ragnarok orb. I think that's that type of weapon. Both of these levels 63, which is 4 levels away. That might be too hard to get. And so this one we can already wear. Yep, no strength on that. This one, 540 dexterity. We could get there. In fact, I'm pretty sure we will get there just from quest rewards. Or pretty close to it. Okay. But, it's a hard one. 550 health is it's difficult to argue with. That's a lot. Because you don't find health on weapons very often. Life leech as well. 21% converted to health. Yeah. And the flat damage, 421 is just stupid. Yep, I think as nice as this is I really do love the weapon. I don't think it's the right choice for this build. I could probably just use this for the time being. I do like having this though. I don't think I ever pointed it out. I think I bought it from a shop in Ragnarok early on. The energy drain's pretty cool. Chance of confusion keeps you alive a little more. The offensive ability is quite nice as well. Yeah, it's worth about 60 offensive. It's a good item, strong. But I will go ahead and swap to this one. Is there one of these dudes in Sparta? I can't remember. Yes, him. That's right. Do I want that? 40% attack speed, 15 damage. I could wait until I find one in Legendary. Nah, screw it. Money's not hard to get. 146. That's pretty good. Yeah. With this kind of character, you really want a faster attack speed, just to make the most out of these procs. Just give yourself more chances to have the chance activate. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now you might be thinking to yourself, the damage here, it seems kind of low for what you'd want for Legendary, but you have to take into account, I've been putting half my points here, and the other half into this, which doesn't really affect this weapon. And the character's all about trying to stay alive as much as possible, so I don't really mind that it takes longer to kill things. Like if you were playing a Conqueror or a something with Earth, with all your pets, you'd just be blasting through all these enemies in seconds. But it doesn't bother me to play this slow. In fact, I kind of prefer playing tankier to more damage focused builds. And so we needed dexterity, didn't we, for that spear? So we'll have 4 levels, 16, that'll get us just over 500, 540. I think I will, for the next couple levels at least, I'll put everything here. Let's just try and get this up a little bit further, because I'm not too sure if I'm going to get something to replace this either. We could get, anything could happen here, could change stats in any direction. Or maybe I'll just stick with this for the whole game. I could. And this one here, I can swap it out if I need more strength at any point, because it doesn't have any strength on it. I believe I have another item like that too. Strength. Yeah, this one. It didn't roll with strength either. It's not hail or whatever the other prefix is. So we can work a fair bit more strength into this build if we really pushed it. We could probably get it close to 500 if we need to. I don't think we'll have to. The character should be fine as is to clear the rest of the game, really. And once you get up to Eternal Embers, you can shop for pretty much every gear slot to find 30% health. It doesn't take long at all. Like that's another 20% there, another 20%. Yeah, we could easily pick up probably another 80 to 100% health in Eternal Embers, because you don't need all this strength. It's not necessary, because you've got this and this. Okay, that was epic difficulty. I don't know how long it's going to take me to clear Legendary. I'll probably put a little bit of time into farming some more Electrum, just in the hope to get some epic or legendary shield out of it. It probably won't happen though. Apart from that, I might farm a little bit more money. I'd like to keep a bit, maybe 20 to 30 million, just so I can buy something in the shop if I happen to see it. no new items. I was using these quite frequently towards the end of Epic. Like, the Loki fight was pretty difficult. You really needed it. And as you saw, I was using these two as well during the Soda fight. This one especially with Heat Shield is useful. Yeah, so now this just proceeds like Epic again, where we upgrade the relics. And that's about it. Maybe upgrade some gear pieces if we get lucky. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.